Morrill Hall is home to one of the biggest and best museums in Nebraska, bringing hundreds of thousands of students and tourists through its door every year. One of the prides of the museum is the Morrill Planetarium and its jaw-dropping visuals and interactive shows. Let's take a closer look at how this museum is a fun education resource for students and learners across the U.S.
Morrill Hall, which includes the Morrill Planetarium, is in a way a front porch, if you will, to the university, and it is often one of the first places children in Lincoln and their families come to visit. For tourists, it's an opportunity to learn about our amazing Nebraska heritage, the natural diversity through time and space. We like to say that we spark curiosity. There's no test when you leave the museum, so it's really driven by what you want to know and learn about. We cover a range of topics from prehistoric Nebraska to modern day, her native peoples, as well as here in the planetarium, the entire universe. So there really should be something for everyone.
The museum partners with different schools, community members, and foundations every quarter, as well as fostering students and faculty at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln by offering jobs, free admission, and reduced rates for shows.
Yeah, we tailor our programs all the time to different audiences. So for school students, all of our programs in the planetarium and elsewhere in the museum are all designed to support their state and national science standards. So we're supporting what they're learning already in the classroom, either helping teachers introduce concepts to students, or we're helping to reinforce concepts that they've learned in the classroom. And we provide programming for kindergartners all the way up through college students. We work regularly with faculty to support their class studies as well. And then of course, a big role that we have is helping educate the public too. And so we have a little more flexibility in what we're able to do there, since we don't have to worry about supporting school standards as much, but we create programs based on audience interests and new science, new technology. The museum and the planetarium educate people in a really unique way. I mean, it's very hands-on, very immersive, and you know, with the planetarium in particular, people can zoom into outer space exploring their own solar system or beyond that they're not able to do on a computer. That 3D dome just creates a whole new experience. And then of course, visiting the museum, you're able to interact with our specimens that we have on display, touching, exploring. Science is all about curiosity, and so museums allow people to be curious about the natural world.
It's amazing to figure out what you're interested in as a child or as a young adult, and you combine that curiosity with our college students who are docents and educators, and you can suddenly see yourself in these roles, and you just see little sparks of excitement. We have our regulars who come to our Sunday with a Scientist program or our Investigate program, and they just, I'd say they just gobble the information up, and they have lots of fun with the activities. Science doesn't have to be boring. We think it should be fun and exciting. So, I mean, I didn't become a scientist because I like sitting and staring at screens. I like chasing butterflies and tiger moths in the field, so there you are.
The Morrill Planetarium is one of the most popular attractions at the museum due to their large variety of interesting and interactive shows that educate all ages.
I think that planetariums can inspire the next generation of scientists and explorers, those in STEM careers. Again, like I mentioned before, people are able to get an experience in the planetarium that they're not able to get elsewhere. And it's so challenging thinking about how large the universe is and how little we actually know about it. And so I think that the planetarium helps bring that to life for people, and it helps inspire people when they're able to, zoom from the museum all the way out to where the James Webb Telescope is, for example, or zoom out to our moon or past our solar system. Those are experiences that people can't get elsewhere, and again, just really inspire that curiosity.
So the shows here range in the planetarium from being like 50-minute or so shows on the weather or dark matter. We also have live interactive shows that are going thanks to our new software. I'm excited for the planetarium to have this new interactive software that allows what we would call inquiry-based or curiosity-driven audience participation. So it's not like you just sit and watch a show. You can ask your questions. The planetarium educator can answer them in real time. So if you want to explore the soundscapes of Costa Rica, Hawaii, Mongolian grasslands, you can travel the planet and experience nature that way. More traditionally, in a planetarium setting, we also have the ability to zoom through the universe. So start with Archie, hop on board, and then off we go to maybe the asteroid belt and figure out why Pluto got demoted to no longer being a planet.
I think it's really rewarding working with the planetarium, again, because it's such a unique experience. I've said that, several times, but it's really rewarding to see the excitement in students' eyes and families and other visitors that we have come to the museum and experience the planetarium, just that wonder and that awe at how small we really are here on planet Earth. Some of the challenges that the planetarium is facing, I think one are just reaching out to audiences in a new way and getting the word out about some of these new opportunities that we have available with the interactive programs, because those are brand new, just letting people know that those are there and available. Another challenge with planetariums is just staying up to date on the current technology and the current science. We're learning more and more about our world every day and about our universe every day, and so it's just making sure that we're up to date on that science so that we can provide the most current information to visitors. I think people should come to the planetarium because it's a unique experience. It's a dome experience, a three-dimensional dome, so you can explore outer space in a way that you can't at home or on your phone or on your laptop. And with an experienced guide, a museum educator, your opportunities to explore are so much greater, and that opportunity for interaction, to ask questions and be curious is there, and that's invaluable.
Morrill Hall is home to many other attractions apart from the planetarium. This helps add to the museum's playful learning environment that keeps visitors coming back.
Right now, I'd say the most popular is divided between the photo arc on the first floor and the parasite table on the fourth floor in Cherish, Nebraska. So we have a giant iPad-like digital table where you can learn all about parasites, and then the scientists are right next door in the visible lab, and you can drop by and ask them questions about what they're working on.
Every day is different. There's new projects that we get to work on and new initiatives. So for example, we get to create fun curriculum for students and new programs for the general public. So that's always fun, getting to do new and different things. And then of course, it's always really rewarding to see people enjoy the programs that we create. My favorite part of the museum or exhibit is actually where we're sitting right now. This is our science exploration zone that's a part of our Cherish Nebraska exhibit on 4th floor. And the reason I like this exhibit so much is that you can't see here, but along the walls there are drawers lining all the walls that are filled with different specimens that visitors can pull out and look at under microscopes, touch, compare, and be curious. Because, you know, like I said earlier, science is all about being curious, and I always find something new up here. I've spent a lot of time up here, but I always find new things I hadn't noticed before.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing I would add is don't forget that we also have ashfall fossil beds in Royal, Nebraska, sort of north central, and Trailside Museum over in Fort Robinson, Crawford. And so, again, your UNLID gets you in free, so if you're tootling around in those parts, check out our other public museums.
Next time you are around Morrill Hall, be sure to stop by and look at the attractions they have to offer. There is always something new to look at in its ever-expanding building.